I remember
you didn't do any van surfing, did you?
Who?
Any van surfing?
No. I didn't do any van surfing. But the first time I found out I was good, I was riding my bike down the street and I was howling, and one neighbor up the street with me, like, she stopped me on my bike. She said, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what, Miss Johnson?" She said, "That howling." She says, "It sounds like a pack of wolves coming, and they're coming fast." It was some woods right down the street from at the end of right by my house. Her house was more up the street, you know what I'm saying, the other way, and my house was the last house on the street, and there's some woods right behind there. It's like a little cove right there. Our house was the last houses right there. So she probably thought the like dogs or something was coming out of the woods. It was like a couple of miles square.
Did you
miles.
cop to it?
Yeah, I told her. I said, "You said the howling like?" She said, "Yeah, they're coming fast." I said, "Did it sound real?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, that was me." She said, "That was you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm relieved." I'm like, "Yeah." That's when I knew that's when the first time I thought, like, yeah, I know how to howl like a wolf. Then I just kept it up. My sisters used to hate me for it. So now when she see me fight on TV after I win, I howl and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to make fun of her.
That's funny.
Yeah, because she used to hate it when I used to howl. Hate it.
My dog, she's running the house and pissing all over the floor, Rampage.
Yeah. I like messing with dogs. Sometimes like you get a good reaction out of dogs. If you do a good howl and something like that, you get a good reaction out of dogs.
What about the chain around your neck?
I started wearing the chain when I was 17. My little brother gave me the chain because I was crap at wrestling. I lost 5 straight matches in a row, and my little brother said, "Hey, wear this chain. You might intimidate him." And I started wearing the chain. Then I went undefeated until like freestyle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think it had anything to do with it?
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. I went undefeated, and so I just kept wearing the chain.
It's
but
that placebo effect.
Yeah,
that placebo.
I think so. I went undefeated. It was crazy. I went undefeated. But in college, I wore the chain, and like a couple of my teammates made fun of me and stuff, and I had some other stuff going on in college. They just man, people just like you go to college with people from all over America. They just jump right into it. Normally I could take it and stuff, but this college is a whole new level. I'm the new guy there. Everybody had already been there. I come late, and these guys just ripping a real new ass over my chain. So I took the chain off, and I won 1 match in college and lost everything, and lost the other matches. I was like,
where's the chain? Where did I put the chain? Shoved it into a trunk. Where did I put that chain?
So I started back wearing the chain when I became a professional fighter. I'm like, you know what? These people can make fun of me all they want.
Always been the same chain?
No. The chain I wore in high school was smaller.
You throw that into the crowd after?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm not a sentimental person,
right?
So I don't know what happened to my stuff.
What I mean is like the last so many years, it's always the same chain. Like do you?
No. Sometimes I give them away, give them to fans. So like, to me, like, but first the one in high school, I had them for years. That meant something to me because my little brother gave it to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know where. I think I gave it back to him. I don't know where it went. It's been so long ago.
Right.
But now after the fight, I give the chain I wore. Like, especially if I win the fight, I give it to somebody. Like, if you lose the fight, nobody want that chain.
I'll take it.
So how did you get into the whole movie scene? What was your first role?
My first role was in this movie called Bad Guys. I did a movie with this producer named Federico Lapinda. He used to be really involved in MMA back in the day, and after I got injured in a fight in Pride, I couldn't fight for a while. And this guy, he was a big MMA fan, so he knew it. And somehow
he filmed in the U.S. or Japan?
In the U.S. And he called me up, and he wanted me to do like a little small role in this movie. And you guys remember Tiny Zeus Lester?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why did you see him at the gym?
Friday.
Yeah. I was supposed to be like one of his henchmen. Anyway, he started making complaints about his contract and his parts. He wanted more money, something like that. So I guess it was a real low budget movie. I guess the guy just said, Rampage, you do his role.
We're casting you as the lead.
I'm like, whoa, I can't do all this. So I had to play like, the role was meant for him. He would done a great job at the role, but I stepped up and I did it. Like, they changed the line, so I didn't have that much. Line, but I was like a
rewrite.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, this is my first movie, and I was a black yakuza. I was a black guy who liked Japanese customs and
Blackanese.
Exactly, but I figured like I was a crime boss in you know what I'm saying, in America, but I was a twin as well. But you know what I'm saying, I liked Yakuza so much I decided to become like my own Yakuza, and I had like Japanese henchmen. It was crazy. It turned out to be a good little movie.
What's your biggest role to date for you? In your mind, what was the biggest role you've ever played?
Well, the biggest role had to have been
Bosco, man.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
I gotta say, not only have I seen every A-Team episode, but 2 years ago they played them back to back on Centric, and I watched every one again. So I set my DVR and watched them all again. The way they did this A-Team movie was kind of weird because it went way back to like Hannibal meeting BA in the desert, and it went to like meeting Murdoch for the first time. I think it was contradictory maybe to the story that I was always aware of, but that you know, but. I personally think you did an amazing job. Okay. I personally think that B.A. Baracus cracked me up several times.
See, this is what people misunderstand. Like I had dinner with the director the other day, and we always talk about A-Team and stuff. That's how we met. So he's a great guy. People call this movie a remake, but it wasn't. It was an A-Team movie based off the the sitcom.
Right.
So. It was like they want to do origins and stuff like that. They want to keep the characters, but no, it wasn't a rewrite of the.
Right. So there was no A-Team movie before. So.
Exactly. Yeah, but people think that it was kind of like based. It was supposed to go exactly with the sitcom. It didn't. It wasn't never meant to go exactly with the sitcom.
Right.
And me being a big A-Team fan, I had a problem with that and stuff at first too. But then when they explained to me, like, look, this is a movie. And like the sitcom inspired this movie, inspired this movie, and it's just that, you know what I'm saying, like, you're B.A. Baracus, we don't want the same B.A. Baracus as Mr. T was, we don't, they don't want this, they didn't want the same Hannibal, they didn't want the same, they didn't want the same face, but Murdoch, the guy who played Murdoch, Chateau,
amazing,
yeah, and me, we was the two biggest fans, like Liam and Bradley, they wasn't big fans of A-Team, and the director wasn't. My favorite character was Murdoch because he's the one who kept the most true to his the character on TV,
right?
Because they had to change me, and I had to do, you know what I'm saying, but Murdoch, they let him be more like the Murdoch that you see, that you love on the sitcom.
Wacko, yeah.
Did they let you improvise?
Yeah, I improvised. A lot of my scenes that actually made it into the movie was stuff that I improvised and like.
Did you do your own stunts?
I did. Every actor say they do their own stunts. Because that's a play. That's a play with words.
Right.
Like I did all my own stunts. That's a play with words. If you really think about it, like every stunt that I did myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, but I know I didn't do all my own stunts.
Okay.
I thought it was great, man. I've seen it 4 or 5 times. I thought it was a great action movie. But how do you beat that? Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper. I mean, how do you beat that? Those 4 guys in a cast. I mean, you can't beat that. And then the guy that played Lynch, I don't remember his name, but he's
Oh, the guy that played Lynch. Oh yeah, I don't remember his name.
He's got a TV show called The Gifted Man.
He's a cool guy.
I liked the movie. The third act was the climax was good. I liked the finish of the movie was cool. But there was one thing I was always anticipating, and we discussed this already. As a kid, every A-Team, I'm waiting for that MacGyver machine put together. Looking for the bill. They just come and tear shit up.
I know.
And there was no delivery.
I know.
Are they talking about another one?
The Fox feel like they dropped the ball and stuff. You remember, like, they did have me like working on this magnet, and they had this stuff and like that, and they had that little scene with Face with doing. See, what the problem was, like, a lot of people don't know, like, they was writing, like, they didn't like everything that the writers have wrote about the movie.
Right.
So the director, Joe Conahan, and the guy who played Pike, Brian Bloom, the guy who was beating me up in the movie at first, like the one who I slammed at the end. Those 2 guys, they was writing the movie as it was going. They was just they was throwing that stuff away and writing the movie as it was going. Like, we didn't have an end of it.
They really, if you really break down the movie, they kind of did, like when Hannibal was like, we need this, this, and this, and the guys are supposed to take all the door from the Black Forest and the battery, and they had to build that thing for the truck to go. They did do a build, but it was. Yeah, it
wasn't an homage to the A-Team original.
Absolutely. Yeah. I still think the movie held its own.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being honest. Like, I didn't make the movie. I was just doing my job.
I did my job. I did.
So for you, when it comes to movies, television sitcoms, or reality shows, like for you, what do you like doing more?
I like doing whatever. I like doing whatever that.
As long as it makes some money, huh?
Well, no, it had to be fun first.
Right. Okay.
It had to be fun first. And, people always assume that I'm all about money, but you know what I'm saying? It's like people I just think some MMA fans don't understand. Like, are you going to get mad at a doctor for going to go through all those years of med school and becoming to be a doctor because he likes saving people, but he also liked to have like a nice boat and a nice car and a nice house and stuff
Well,
as well.
not just that, I like to support my family.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like to support them in a really nice house and a really nice boat.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But people don't understand. Like a lot of fans just say, "Oh, you all about money. You all about money." Actually, that's not true. If I was all about money, I wouldn't have stepped over a lot of money and fight him shot the first time to make a little money to make the movie 18. Like people don't understand that.
Right.
I'm
Did you take a lot of criticism for that at the time?
Yeah,
or?
I took a lot of criticism, and you know it ended a great relationship with the people from the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a lot of, there's a lot of
Yeah, there was all kinds of chatter on the internet about. Yeah.
So when you're not training or you're not in camp or you're not getting ready for a fight, like what do you do like on your daily basis? Like
probably play video games, and hang out with my kids.
So now see that's perfect because, you know, people don't want to criticize you money. People don't want to criticize you. Oh, are you making the movie? Are you ducking Rashad? Whatever their excuse may be. I'm a dude that lives in the house. It's got kids. That's what I do.
Right.
I do what you do, dude. I don't.
Yeah, a lot of fans on Twitter and stuff. There are a lot of fans. I don't go to the MMA websites no more. It's been like over 10 years since I went to one of those.
It's too big. It's too big.
And I just too many haters. Like in America, just a lot of haters. Like it probably be haters everywhere. Japanese, it's probably a lot of Japanese fans as haters, but you don't know because I can't read Japanese.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
ignorance is bliss, man.
Yeah. So but I just know in my own country, it's just a lot of haters, and like right now, MMA has a lot of new fans, and they don't know shit. I call them sheep. All they know is what the UFC tells them. Right. Like the UFC tells them I couldn't make weight because I wasn't training hard, then that's what they think. Wow. They don't know I didn't make weight because I was injured. Right. I still, that
was his last fight. It was like the first time you ever didn't make weight.
Yeah, and the injury that I had.
How are your knees, by the way?
I had surgeries. It's going good. I'm doing my left knee soon, but my right knee is going good. I'm rehabbing. I'm great.
Nice.
Good. So it just gets up under my skin. So that's why it's like I just stay away from it. That's what it actually turns me off more and more to the whole MMA scene. Just I know I have a lot of good fans out there and cool fans, but like sometimes like the good guys suffer with the bad. That, like what I said about energy. It's like you can have 100 people say something nice about you. Then you have one person say something bad. That one bad.
They get to 150 people though.
Right, but that one bad thing that person say about you gonna stick in your head. It's gonna cancel out all those.
That reminds me of
most people. You know what I'm saying?
The last show, I started it off with an email my mom had written about how I'd done the show, and it was an itemized bullet pointed email about what I need to change, and
he's still dwelling on it.
There was plenty of complimentary parts to it, but the few things that she pointed out, they stick with you. You know? And we had a long talk last night about, I'm really excited about tomorrow. I get to interview Rampage, and I hope it goes smooth. And she's like, give me advice. I'm like, well, I'm a little nervous because you got me on my toes.
Yeah, like we're perfectionists. Like I think most human beings are perfectionists. If you really care, you're really passionate about something, you're gonna be like that, right? So it's like really it's not wrong, but at the same time it affects you. You know what I'm saying? Like you passionate, like me. I'm passionate about not getting my ass whooped. So when I get so when I get my so when I get my ass whooped and somebody say one thing, I'm like, you motherfucker, like 'cause people don't know. Like people think, oh, you making excuses. Like I got an excuse for every time I get my ass whooped. I do.
Well, because there's a reason.
Yeah.
You think they want to call it an excuse?
Yeah. So it's just like that's why I came back and I been trying to beat people who beat me up in the past and stuff like that.
Like Dell and Silva.
Yeah, well, Liddell never beat me.
Oh, that's right. Like Dell, you beat in Pride.
You get it right. You get it right.
Pardon me. You had to knock Vandalay out.
I had to.
He had it coming.
So what's your next fight? Do you have one planned or?
No.
So you have one more fight in your UFC contract?
One more fight in the UFC contract. Who knows when it is or who it is? I don't know.
He asked you earlier, what would you like doing better in movies and this is whatever.
He didn't say fighting though. I would have chose movies and stuff over fighting any day.
Right. I was gonna ask you, like, I didn't want to get into what your payday was for making the A-Team, but it had to have been substantially more than 2 or 3 consecutive fights fighting, right?
No.
Oh, really?
Not even nowhere close. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't even fight for what I got paid to do A-Team.
Wow. Did you do it just because you wanted to make the A-Team?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Big Rocket.
Fucking A-Team.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I was like, Mr. T, Mr. T biggest fan as a kid. Like I like.
Did you talk to him?
No, I never met him. Like I didn't have a whole lot of fans growing up.